Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Today we will revise Unit 6 and Unit 7 at one go. So starting with Unit 6, page 93. Unit 6, we talked about different jobs, different people and works. For example, why do doctors do their jobs? Why do policemen do their jobs? Maybe to help people, to protect people. Can be any reason. For example, why did you become a vet? Because you like helping animals. Maybe why did you become a scientist? You love discovery, you love experience or experiments. Okay, that's the whole information about the unit. Now, the first lesson, how do you get a job? We did a few exercises, how to do this activity, how to get a job. For example, writing your own application, right? We did write application. We did write experience, work experience, voluntary work, and university degree to the application. The second lesson, designs that work. Now, in this lesson, we talked about the costume or outfit of the job. We did talk about this uniform of the mailman or the postman, the person who would delivers post mail or newspaper. For example, he has many pockets, company logo, belt, siren, the hat, and also the light. Okay. Next lesson in this unit, working in space, we did take an example of jobs. Now, we could talk about doctors, but in this lesson, we talked about astronauts working in space. It has many points. For example, it's dangerous, it's mysterious, and also it's risky. There is no gravity. It's a different and new experience. Also, astronauts can explore new things. Now, we can compare to other jobs, and that's the point of this lesson. Also, we have a grammar here. Reported speech. She has done. When someone does something and you want to report it, because it's called reported speech, you can say he has done. Okay. Now, moving to the next lesson, 6.4, page 100. Let's get a job. Here we have made some activities to apply to a job. For example, zookeeper. We applied to a zookeeper job. We are looking for a friendly zookeeper to lead our team of animal careers. Experience needed, must be interested, must be brave. Interviews will be held in the lion enclosure. So you can make your own job advertisement, same as this one. Now, the last lesson in this unit was the short poem. You can be anything. You can read this poem or you can listen to it in the YouTube video. We will not go through that. Also, do the activities after the poem. 6.6, the project challenge. We had a quiz about different jobs, or project B, a presentation about a job. You can do either one of these. Read the steps. Moving to the next page. Here we have the check your progress and what did you know now. In Unit 6, we learned many things. We can go through them. Number 1, which jobs did the people talk about in lesson 6.1? Which of the words of these jobs are compound nouns? Now you can go back to that lesson, find out. Moving to question 2, which job is the uniform designed for in the lesson 6.2? Now there's a picture of the uniform. You can guess what's the job for this uniform. It's the postman job. The postman job. How many features can you remember? Well, we have the lightning stripes, the reflecting light stripes, the logo company, the hat, the pocket, the belt. You can remember many features, right? Question 3. Write 5 sentences to describe your own clothes with any of these features. You can talk about stripes, a logo. Does it have a logo? An inside pocket, zips, a belt, waterproof material. For example, I've got a pair of trainers with a logo. This is an example of writing. This is a writing quest. Writing 5 sentences. Question 4. What job is described in lesson 6.3? It was the astronaut. If you remember, it was talking about space. Space. Astronauts work in space. Question 5. Which jobs are advertised in lesson 6.4? The zookeeper and the dancer, we can see in the picture. Question 6. What piece of advice is repeated in the poem lesson 6.5? The piece of advice is you can be anything. You can be anything. Let me finish, guys, then you can ask your question. Let me finish. All right, moving to Unit 7. Now, we just revised Unit 6, so you should know any question about that unit. It's only about jobs, about work and uniforms. Now, moving to questions, Unit 7 could be easier because the topic is clear, nature's power. In this unit, we have talked about nature power, more precisely, disasters. Disasters that we can see in the picture, volcanoes, earthquakes, and lightning strikes. Lightning strikes. These 3 nature forces, we call them nature forces, or you can call them nature power. Also, disasters. All these names can be applied. Now, the first lesson we have covered in this unit was the power of volcanoes. And now, volcanoes has a special vocabulary here. Lava. Can you find the lava in the pictures? Where is the lava? Is it this smoke? Is it the explosion or the moving lava? It's picture C. We can see the lava moving. Explode. Which picture? A or B? There's an explosion. Picture A, because there's fire. Erupt. Now, before a volcano explodes, it will erupt, which means it will blow smoke like this, crack, ash, and crater. Crater. If you don't know what crater means, it means the circle of the volcano, okay? The circle that goes around the volcano, that's the crater. Now, in this lesson, we also covered past continuous. Now, we know that continuous means ing, but how do we put it in past? How does past continuous work? You will still have the ing, making, but before that, you will apply the past. We have words like were and was. Was making, were making. Now, if you put this word first, now the whole sentence is in the past if you put were. Now, if you want it to be past continuous, you will add ing to the verb. That's for the first lesson. Moving to the next lesson, lightning strikes. In this lesson, we covered how to, or to understand how lightning forms. How does the storm form? How does it happen? First, we talked about the clouds and the process of steam or hot air going up to the air and to the cloud, and then we have the charges, positive and negative, and that creates the crystals, or we call them ice crystals here. Ice crystals. Now, when ice crystals form, we get rain and lightning strikes. That was it for this lesson. Moving to the third lesson in this unit, nature force, which is the earthquake. Now, we also did the same here. We learned or we understood how earthquakes happen. We put it in 3 simple words. When the plates break free. This is the whole definition of how earthquake happens. If someone asks you how does an earthquake happen, just say when the plates break free. If you want more details, you can read the whole thing. Okay? But these 3 words are enough. Okay? Good. Now, we can see in the picture the damages of the earthquake or the effects of the earthquake. But there's one more thing to keep in mind. What should you do? What's the advice to be safe? What is the safety advice to do in these dangers? If a volcano happened, what should you do? If a lightning strike happened, what should you do? If an earthquake happened, what should you do? Now, let's go back and cover this one. Now, of course, we have a few questions we did. Now, if a volcano erupts, the first thing to do is to leave the area. There is no advice here on the lesson, but it's normal to think to leave that place. The volcano erupts. The lava can travel at 450 kilometers per hour. Is this true or false? We did a research and it appears to be false. Lava can't go this fast. Lava can go fast by 10 kilometers every hour. That's the speed. So you can leave the area quickly. For lightning strike, the best to do is stay in house and close all the electricity. Close all the electricity. The last nature force, earthquake. There are many advices you can do. I recommend you to open your electronic book in Cambridge.org and listen to the advice of what you should do.
Track 50.
I will play it for you one time only.
1. This is a public service broadcast. When an earthquake happens, the earth starts to shake. You need to act quickly to protect yourself. As soon as the shaking starts, get down on your hands and knees. Cover your head with your arm. If you are inside, crawl under a strong table and hold on to the table legs until the shaking stops. Stay away from windows and outside doors and walls where falling glass and bricks could hit you. Stay inside until the shaking stops. Don't move from where you are while the earthquake is happening. This might sound surprising, but most people get injured when they try to move outside or to another part of the building. If you are outside, stay where you are, but move away from buildings, walls, and other objects in the street.
Okay, these are the advices to do when an earthquake happens. Now, an important thing to notice in this lesson is the use of English or grammar. We call it grammar. Connecting words. Now, connecting words are important. It can help you to have a correct sentence, also meaningful, Also, it can improve your language. So we have the first connecting word, until. It is used to a point in time, like until tomorrow. The point of time is tomorrow. As soon as, immediately after. For example, as soon as the earthquake happens. So the action is the earthquake happening. The time is after it, as soon as. And the last one, while, at the same time. So you can do two things at the same time. While the earthquake is happening, stay inside. So you are staying inside, the earthquake is happening. Two things at the same time. You can take a look at the vocabulary in question 7, page 117. Storm, volcano, tornado, sandstorm, blizzard. Now these are different types of nature force, which is the lesson topic or the lesson name. We also want to give safety instructions. Now, it would be fun to do this activity, give safety instructions. For example, when a sandstorm happens, like cover your face, cover your eyes. Now, after that, we will move to lesson 4, the effects of nature power. Now, maybe you have heard of these disasters, but you haven't seen enough effects. We have seen what the earthquake does, but what does the volcano effects do to countries or cities? Here we have an example of Pompeii. Pompeii. When this person visited Pompeii, he did a research about his history project, about the ancient Romans, and he was amazed by what he saw. He saw in the pictures the people of this city after the volcano erupted. Now, we have read interesting parts like everything looked exactly the same. It didn't melt, it didn't get destroyed, but people got turned to stone. Why? Because of the heat from the volcano. All right. Now, in this lesson, we also wrote a description of a special place. We have 4 steps. Step 1, research. Think about a place that is special to you and research some interesting facts. I gave examples like Mada'in Saleh in Saudi Arabia. You can write about that place. Step 2, planning. Use the headings in activity 4. This is the activity. Past simple, adjective, preposition, start with a surprising fact. The heading, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. A, who she was with, her feeling, interesting facts, what did they see there, or what did they saw there. Now, after doing these 2 steps, you go to the 3rd step, writing. You will write using adjectives, preposition to describe your feelings. The last step is to read what you have wrote and share it with your partner. The last lesson in the unit was the short poem about the sun. It's called Thank You Letter by Eric Finney. You can write the name of this poem in YouTube and listen to the audio, or you can just read the poem from your book. It's 3 pages, 2 pages, or 1 page and a half. We had interesting vocabulary here, like dawns, sunset, dismal, slate, noble. You have a homework to find out the meaning of dismal, slate, and noble. Find out the meaning of these three words. Okay. Now, after doing all of that, we have finished our revision. The last thing to do is the project challenge. We have A or B, same as always. You can choose one. Let us read project A, an infographic text about a natural danger. Now, you can pick many interesting topics like chemical explosions, like nuclear explosions, maybe volcanoes, tsunami. You can write about these. We actually have a few suggestions here. Tsunami, tornado, earthquake, volcanic eruption, sandstorm. You can write about these. Also, write the steps. Don't forget about the steps. Let's take a look at project B, a presentation. Now, this will be a research, a text, something written, okay? A presentation should be something that you present in front of your friends without paper. It's a presentation. You can do it with like PowerPoint or send pictures or a video that you can explain while it plays. We have many events or natural disasters like ocean earthquake, volcano, Hawaii volcano, Haiti earthquake. Now you can write about either one, A or B. That's it for the project challenge. Last thing is, what did you know in this unit? What's the point of this unit? Now, main things are, you know, what are the dangers? What are the types of nature force? Also, you know how, or you know, the safety advice, what to do in these times of dangers. Also, you know how to write in the past continuous. You know how to write about a place you visited. And you can name 4 things that the writer liked about the sun in the poem 7.5. Right? Thank you guys for listening. Now, if you want to ask any question, raise your hand.